Hi, and welcome to Origin of Concepts. In this episode, I will show you the origin of the mermaid and sirens. Mythological mermaids and sirens are beautiful women with fish or serpent tails, living in stormy seas near distant islands. They hide in the sea foam and caves, surrounded by rough reefs with crushed shipwrecks. Mermaids are closely related to sirens, notorious for luring sailors to watery death with their beauty and enchanting songs. Mermaids are also linked to the hand mirror and hand brush and the lyra or the harp. As you see in the picture above. And today I won't bring any specific myths up because all mermaid myths worldwide use the same source in the Milky Way Center. So let's take a look at the Milky Way Center. And I already draw the mermaid part of her, which is of course the female posture shadow, the silvery shadow in the Milky Way Center, which is always the female posture. And the tail fin is not exactly there, it's more far out, but I think this will do it. Okay. The mermaid live in a distant islands. So let's find the distant islands. I'll take a green color for this. This is of course the Milky Way. It's the distant island in the night sky. And they live in caves. Of course they live in caves because this is a cave here. So they live inside the cave in the Milky Way Center. And they like the stormy sea and the sea foam where they are hiding. And let me delete this because the sea foam and the stormy waters is the striped shadow. It always is. Stormy water. And up here we got the silenced water, or the lake. So, and this is the striped shadow here is also the sea foam, of course. The roaring sea. And then they are surrounded by shipwrecks, and you can almost see it here. The shipwrecks is also the striped shadow. And the shipwreck is, on the sharp reefs. It's also the sharp reefs near the cave here. And then she got a hairbrush and a hand mirror. So let's see if we can find them. Because her hand mirror, and it's very important to say oval hand mirror. The handle is a striped shadow, of course, and here you got the mirror. This is her mirror. So she can find her spirit when she looks into the mirror. Or sometimes we hear the myth about women looking into the small lake or the lake to see their own spirit. But here's the hand mirror of the mermaid. And then she also got a hairbrush, and the hairbrush handle is the silvery shadow here. And then we got all the brushes here, stripe shadow. So here you got her hairbrush. And then they playing the seducing music on the lyre or harp. So let's find the music instrument. And of course, there's only one lyre or harp in the Milky Way, and it's here. The great bow in the Milky Way center. And of course, the strings on the harp, on the lyre, is the striped shadow here. So here you got it. It's standing beside her here on the picture. AI is a fantastic tool to make such images. I love it. This is the great harp. Maybe the lyre is more like squishing around like this, but I think you get the message because it's there. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, you know the mermaid myth originated someplace in the early Greek mythology. But I also suspect the sailors on the sea, because they, when the day was done and the ship was cleaned, and they was sitting there on the ship and looked up. The Milky Way center was the big screen and storyboard, and they really find all the details. And let me try to zoom in on the map, because I'll show you another mermaid. I think we'll do it like there. So here we got it. Yes, perfect. Because here we got the wreck. And then we got a fully blown mermaid here. Maybe she got her arm here. I won't make the arms. And then the head is here. And her hair is like something like this. And she got 2 breasts here. And then she got this tail here. Something like that. And she even got the eyes. So here you see another mermaid. And I'm sure they also saw this mermaid, because there's a difference between the Greek myth and the relation to mermaids and shipwrecks. It's two, one is like folklore and the other thing is a myth. So I'm sure the sailors were seeing this small mermaid too. Okay. Then let's zoom out again here. It's like this. So, okay, and then we got the Sirens, which have serpent legs or plant legs. They are often depicted with, 2 serpents climbing around them, and they are holding them in their hands. And this is the same mermaid, except from the tail is metaphor of or it's based on the striped shadow, all the serpents. So her legs represents the striped shadow. And that's basically it. It's the same stories, more or less, except from the 2 serpent legs. And which also could be plants, because this area is also the planty area in the Milky Way center. So either it is plant or serpents, and this shadow represents plants and serpents in every single myth worldwide. So that's the solution to that. Okay, let's see. I got some related names for mermaids. In Greek mythology, we got like Thessaloniki, which is Alexander the Great's half-sister. Believe it or not, she was a mermaid. And by the way, in my opinion, Alexander the Great is also a mythical person. The great warrior who never exists. But I'll leave that up to you to investigate. In my mind, he's just like all the other mythical characters. And then we of course got the Nereids or Nereids and Tritons and Glaucus or Glaucus. And then we got Matsia from the east, and constellation Capricorn is also related because, you know, the goat with the fishtail. I'll make a video about this constellation one day, but it's the same source. And then we got Siesk from Scotland, and Finway from the Orkney Islands, and Melusine is a European Western philosophy and myth. And then we got Ningyo, which is from Japan mythology, and Meras from Ireland, and many more. And you know, I live in Denmark, and right now we got a snowstorm racing outside. But Denmark is known for H.C. Andersen, which made the fairy tale about the Little Mermaid. And despite there is no evidence, I suspect H.C. Andersen was inspired by the Milky Way Center to write most of his famous fairy tales. I will make another video on this specific subject, H.C. Andersen's fairy tales, another day. Okay, I think that was all. Now you know the origin of Mermaid and Sirens. And as the last thing, I will open a picture and let you see, here we got it. Because it's always easier to see the female posture when the Milky Way is standing tall on the horizon. And this is how I think the ancients imagined the mermaid. Okay, as usually, if you like my videos, give a thumbs up. If not, well, sing a siren song and hope you can deceive me into the deep waters. Until next video, take care. Bye.